WIIFTBP.
Since 2018, nearly 3,000 tax credit scholarships have been awarded to Black students in Illinois to attend private schools that best fit
Not
this program. In a time of much uncertainty, we need greater equity in education for our families and children, not less. Call your state representative and senator and urge them to stand up. And now joined by Dartisha Pitts, Esquire. I asked you to join us on the Book of Dawn because you are that girl. And I wish more of us did take the time to honor each other as women and successful women because our unity, I truly believe that. Dartisha Pitts serves as the General Counsel for the Office of the Illinois Lieutenant Governor. In 2017-18, she served as the President of the Cook County Bar Association.
Becoming an attorney was almost default. I think it was more so a personality thing. I always wanted to advocate for those who couldn't advocate for themselves. And growing up, I would get in trouble for that. Because my mom, be like, look, they're not even talking and you talking, you be quiet. I kind of almost felt the injustice for others, sometimes even more than I feel the injustice for myself. I would say in high school, I was the sophomore class president. So I've always taken leadership positions to push the voice of my colleagues. I'm also from the South Side. I've seen so many injustices that I always felt like our community, our families, where do you go? I've seen and been victim of from family where you've been victim of a slumlord. How do you address and get a remedy in that situation? I grew up in an environment where the police would be in the community and you would see the police harass those on the block for no reason. How do you get a remedy? Everybody talked about a lawyer, but nobody knew how to access one directly. And I think that was my drive to continue to be an advocate. I didn't know it was going to be a lawyer, though.
You apply and get accepted at Northern Illinois College of Law. Did you go directly after undergrad to law school?
No, I actually, right after undergrad, I moved to Washington, D.C., to work at a international law firm, Skadden Arps, Slate Marn Blum, in their corporate section. And I was a legal assistant for a year. When I got there and I realized how much I was making and how much those attorneys were making, who did go straight through, they weren't that much older than me, that influenced my law school trajectory. But I realized that although they did well, the type of work was not meaningful and purposeful enough for me. I wanted to be connected to the community. So I came back home and went to law school. I took 2 years out in between undergrad and law school.
And you not only complete, as many do, but you actually then take and pass the bar. Because that's the trick piece. Lots
on the first try.
There you go. A full anomaly right there. And I think it discourages some potential students or people from going into law because that bar exam is, first of all, not easy to pass on the third try, but for somebody to pass it on the first try is indeed confirmation that you were doing what you were supposed to do.
Yep.
The Book of Dawn, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Oh, you proved me wrong. This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep and me massaging your feet, babe. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you. Until I met you, and I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I'll go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. No. It's that look you in your eyes, make love in paradise. A one life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way, then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special. No need for labels.
Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman. Live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful. Life that's beautiful. We don't trust them. They don't trust us. We don't trust each other. Conflict is a must. We got war abroad. We got war at home. Paranoid people packing guns like cell phones. Need inspiration. Rise up to hold it down. Sick of seeing young bodies laying on the ground. We got to organize like they used to do. You want to make it beautiful, you got to stay true. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman. Live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful. Life that's beautiful. Life that's beautiful. Life that's beautiful. I know good people, lives in the right lane, say the right thing, manage life and maintain. They dream every night, they pray every day. They build for the future and live for the day. The world is full of possibilities. Don't accept what you are, cause that's all that you see. Elevate your spirit, liberate your mind. Your life's transformation will come in due time. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman. Live a
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I see you, Dawn. Slick J House. Good morning. Come on. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you, Dawn. She's bringing it to you every weekday at 9 in the morning. So if you wanna hear the real, this is what you gotta do. Just log online and listen to Dawn speak her mind. To the book of Dawn. In the morning, you're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning, you're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning. to Dawn. Oh, sexy Dawn. What's in it for the black people media? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, DJ.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, there's that voice. Oh, competition. I smell a competition with you and Mr. Milhouse. Until now, he's been the only one that has that night grooves. Good morning voice. Say it one more time. Say good morning. Tell him good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sunshine.
Oh, yes, Lord. Mr. Milhouse, I know you're at the golf course, but if you're listening, you got somebody who stole your voice.
Hold on. Turn this mic up. Look, check this out. DJ can't be doing all that talking
can
with
say
that
good
voice.
morning.
Nah, and all that voice. He only get limited words
It's girls.
until it's Week or Wednesday. Cause I'm telling you now, next thing they'll be talking about DJ got the voice trying to put him on the morning show. No. So he get to talk just a little bit.
I need
and then on
him.
this Book of Dawn thing, I'm the star around this mug.
Nah.
And if it's gonna be women loving voices around here, they better love mine, damn it.
Say it. Wait, do this. Come on, say it. And if you don't like it,
And if you don't like it, you could tell him Mary said.
in his DJ voice. Hey, you know what? Good morning, sunshines. Same OG, new page, chapter 55, Book of Dawn. Thank you for tuning in. We will start 9:10. Moving forward, we will start, actually. I always joke about it, but this is in all seriousness. I will do my best to be 9:05, but we will start by 9:10 every day. So you can adjust you can, between the Mays Jackson show and the Book of Dawn, you can go grab another cup of coffee or check in and make your bosses think you're paying attention and then get right back to me. But yes, exciting week ahead. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your time and your support. From wherever you watch, share, tell a friend, and follow at Book of Dawn on Instagram. I can't wait to tell y'all about yesterday, what we celebrated yesterday. But before we do that, I've got to tell you, it's a lot of birthdays because I missed the weekend, and I'm going to rep for all Team Taurus. So over the weekend, Dr. Tiffany, Shadell Keys, Diane Collins Eugene, Karen Calloway, Talana Williams, Tiabe Bledsoe, Jessica Neubauer, John Sally, Simbrit Dorch, and Teresa Owens celebrated their birthdays. Today's birthdays are Kahari, I'll do that at the end because that's what we did yesterday. Ralph Tresvant, Phil Beckham, Jade Romo, Shanae Baines, Felicia Marie, Cinda Will, Raquel Sawyer, Candy Burris, Candy from the Housewives, and a huge birthday, a quarter century birthday. Let me get the name right so that I don't mess up because I promised them that I would give it an introduction. Can we have a birthday drum roll? Because this is an important birthday, and I promised that I would give it my full attention. Okay. All right. I'm ready. Happy quarter century birthday. I asked for the drum roll specifically because the other one is a drummer too. Happy 25th birthday to Richard Alexander Pence. 25. Whoo, he's a quarter. I'm 55 cents. Happy 25th birthday. I hope all your dreams come true. I remember the day I turned 25. I really thought I was doing something. Don't forget that you always have to be mindful to your community and your mama. And you're grown, but you're not grown. Happy birthday, Richard, from the Book of Dawn. And I can't give you advice because I don't know if your parents would appreciate it, but have a glass of bubbly on me. And have your parents pay for it. Happy birthday, Richard Pence, 25. The other happy birthday today is Kahari Parker. Kahari Parker is one of the baddest drummers that ever touched the sticks. We celebrate his birthday today, but we lost him last year. We had a huge celebration for Kahari yesterday at the Touch. It's called The Touch, but I have difficulty saying duh. And I talked to the owners, and I'm just like, I don't like, can we just say the? But they called it The Touch, like duh bears, and I don't like saying duh anything. But because when I say duh, I'm like duh, like I'm sarcastic. So caustic is probably a better way to describe me. The Touch, I'm going to call it the, over on Mannheim Road in Bellwood, we had a musical, his wife gave a musical celebration for him. When I tell you I felt like Radio Raheem, because every, not some, every musician in the city came. Marquel Jordan, Jason Grant, Paul Hall, Isaiah Sharkey, Maurice Mahan, Steve Huff. I can't even name all the names because I couldn't even take pictures because I know them all, and I would have felt real like groupie just trying to capture it was insane. It was insane, and they sang everything. They did special tributes. Isaiah Sharkey did a tribute, a George Benson tribute for Kahari because Kahari was George Benson's drummer and Jeffrey Osborne's drummer. So go to the Book of Dawn Instagram. You'll see it live. And some on Facebook. It was insanity. Mark Aguirre also, they did cut a deal with The Touch. I'm going to keep calling it The disrespectfully. Maurice Fitzgerald, sorry, don't sue me. With Sherlon Champagne. So Mark is from the West Side. The owners of the venue are from the West Side. Some of them went to the same schools. And so they will be doing an event there. And then actually we're having a Sherlon experience with the What's in It for the Black People Media family. It's members only. Maze will get you the information. And if you're lucky enough and supportive enough, I suppose you'll be on his list. I'm going to let him choose that list, but we will be doing a Sherlon experience. Sherlon Champagne is too good. Too good, no sugar, i.e. no headache the next day. So be careful. Have a designated driver. But today's birthday, Kahari Parker, make sure y'all give him some love. His wife and daughter and sons were there. I can't even imagine. This is how tearful it got. They had one of Kahari's drum sets in the building. I said, come on, y'all. This is too much. I came here to celebrate. You can't make me cry. But it was I felt like I was in a perpetual concert of every genre of music. It was something to see. They recorded it. I don't know if they're going to post it or sell it, but they definitely recorded it. Happy birthday. Rest in peace, Kahari. Yesterday was National Mimosa Day. So if you were somewhere doing unlimited bottomless mimosas, you didn't know that it was actually a national day. That's one of the national days. Some of them I question. That one, I believe, should definitely be a national day. It was also National Barbecue Day. Wasn't technically warm enough to barbecue, but if you are a cooker, like a barbecuer, you barbecue all year. It was also National Take Your Parents to the Park Day. So I took my puppy to the park and pretended that he took me. He actually hates the park. He literally is like, these are dogs. Can we go home? I'm going to buy him a stroller. Mr. Milhouse is not happy about that, but he's not canine like the other dogs. So I figure I was going to bring him to work today, but Maze doesn't like dogs. And so I didn't want to argue with him. But one day I'm going to, maybe Friday. Is he listening? Okay, good. Because I'm going to bring him Friday. Okay, I'm just saying that now so that when he says, you didn't say you was doing that, I'm like, roll the tape.
What kind?
He's a Maltese. He's got so much personality. And he thinks in his mind that he's a pit bull. Because he'll get with you. He got all the, but literally he's 4.38 pounds of pure spoiled brat. Sleeps in the bed. I wake up sometimes with my neck. I have to adjust my neck because the position I'm in, he's created a position for himself in. So when I try to turn over, he'd be like, whoa. I'm like, bruh. I didn't even like the dog when Mr. Milhouse bought it. I was like, I don't like that. I didn't want a dog. I didn't ask for a dog. Why would you buy me a dog? That's a ball and chain. You know, I'm an empty nester. Like, it was a thing. I didn't name the dog for 4 days. And now I can't, like, now I get home. I'm like, I got to go home. I got a puppy at home. Today is National Cherry Cobbler Day. I love cherry pie. We had this pie conversation last week. I know most of our people like the crust. Cherry pie is actually good. If you know how to make it, Gibson's has a wonderful cherry pie cobbler. It's do something good for your neighbor day as well. So if you live near senior, remember I always talk about at the end of the show, use your voice and your actions to be a positive impact. If you live by a senior, clean up the yard, offer to do something. You just do something good for your neighbor. I mean, if you have that neighbor, like bro man from the 5th floor, I'm not telling you to do that. But I am saying do something for your neighbor. And your neighbor doesn't have to be the person that literally lives next door to you. It can be just somebody that you know. Reach out to one of your senior friends. I mean, you know, mask or no mask, you don't have any excuses anymore. So I would suggest that you get the vaccine, but that's your choice because it felt good. I felt like ladies, you know that feeling when you get home and you rip your bra off and you scratch under your boobs and it feels so good. That's how I felt ripping that mask off in public. You wouldn't understand, DJ, but when you get home after you hold these girlfriends up all day and you take it off, especially like me, because I wear the underwire, and you take it off, it's just like, oh, scratch it. Oh, that's how I felt, like taking it off, because I no longer want to be Batman, because that mask makes me feel like I'm a superhero. Like when I forget my mask, I'm in the car and I'm like, oh, snap, I forgot my mask, like I'm Batman or something. I'm like, okay. But, so, I digress. Mask or no mask, it's the debate. I'm going to ask you, I know he said you can't talk, but I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about, did you get the vaccine?
Yeah, I got my vaccine already.
How do you feel? I personally am still going to wear mine in certain situations.
Right. So I actually just about 10 hours ago, and you know what? I'm sorry, about 16 hours ago, I was in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, you did go to NOLA.
I was in New Orleans, so I had my mask out there, but when we was just the 5 of us in our Airbnb, because I know them, then we was cool. But I really don't wear it if I'm around my normal people. But if I'm out in a big festival, then I'll wear it. But
yeah,
I prefer not to. I love the raw dog air. Air smells so good.
Oh my God, it's I think for my skin. I think, there's a little thing called mask face. It's been, those straps have been aggravating people's skin. But definitely, I concur. I will wear it in large gatherings. I don't do a whole lot of them, but in large spaces or where I don't know everybody and I don't know their history of the vax, I definitely am very okay. I could have worn a mask before the pandemic, to be honest with you. I just still am curious as to why people have always felt comfortable sneezing cover. Did your mama not teach you how to cover you? For me, I'm cool with a mask, especially on a plane. Because when you behind me and you and coughing and sneezing, and I remember the movie Outbreak, and I'm like, it's the outbreak monkey. That's what I call the people that sneeze. Put it in your shirt or not your hand, and you can tell when it's wet. My body literally would cringe. I'm like, oh my God, it's the outbreak monkey. So I'm okay on a plane with a mask. It's gonna be good. What I want y'all to know is that mask or no mask does not mean you should not wash your hands, okay? Because the fact that some of you sapsuckers wasn't washing your hands in the first place worries me. America's known for a lot of things. Can we just not be known for some of the nastiest? And you know what? I hate to say this. I'm outnumbered. I'm the only girl in this building right now. But I have a question for the men. What's y'all's bathroom etiquette? Do y'all wash your hands all the time? Because your bathrooms are always clean. There's always soap in them. And I know girls, I'm going to talk about the ladies too, because the bathrooms are atrocious. I don't know who raised some of the ladies. The bathrooms I've been in, who raised you, okay? But, so if you use the bathroom at home or out, and you don't touch your Johnson, you can tell my age. I call it a Johnson. Nobody calls it that. Your thing, whatever y'all call it. You don't touch it. Do you wash your hands?
Of course, I mean, you
Okay.
wash your hands.
Because I feel like some people feel like if they just didn't touch it. My thing is we were taught to wash our hands just because we went in the bathroom.
If you actually clean like me, I'd like to do it before because I don't know what my hands been all day, you know. So you just can't immediately just go right there. And then I'm a really clean person for some strange reason. Even when I'm done, like even though I had like the seat up, but I actually look like to wipe around the rim of the toilet, even if I'm at your house. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so like I wipe the toilet seat and everything, and then I wash my hands before and after.
You know what? Because you do have to touch yours. First of all, you speaking life into my germaphobe. I love it. And you can be the co-chair because Mr. Milhouse calls me the CEO of the CDC, and I am, and I'm proud about it. But I that makes sense. Wash it because your hands might have, that's an interesting point.
You don't know what it touching.
You really don't.
Then you want to go to your lady, and then you want her to see. You see all that? Are we talking?
No, we're talking about etiquette. We're talking about hand washing, boss.
I'm gonna type.
Ask him to tell me if he washes what's his hand wash
She
etiquette?
said, "What's your hand washing etiquette? Do you wash your hands when you use the bathroom, before and after, or just after?" He said just after.
Yeah, because you're a germaphobe, and I respect that because I'm a germaphobe. You know, but when you blow your nose, you got to wash your hands. Even if you just like take the tissue and wipe your nose, you still have interacted with something other than, because then you'll wipe your eye. I just pray that we don't forget about the hand washing. You can take your mask off, okay? Now you actually have to brush your teeth, people. And ladies, you don't have to worry about your lipstick anymore. But please, for Christ's sakes, keep the hand wash. When you come in from outside, wash your hands. Even if you're only touching your own doors, wash your hands. We're going to take a break. I want to talk to y'all about Lamar Odom. He's doing an experimental drug therapy to help him recover from his drug addiction. I think it's interesting. We're going to talk drugs for drugs, like pound for pound in real life. It seems to be working, though. We haven't seen him in the news for anything other than getting better, but I'm interested at your thoughts on it. We're also going to jump in that Gates business, like Mr. Gates. Like, okay, well, where was I? I should have had a job with them. They said he'd been flirting. He's Mr. Philanthropy and the other word. Yeah. We'll talk about that when we come back. We'll take a break. It's the Book of Dawn. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBP.
Since 2018, nearly 3,000 tax credit scholarships have been awarded to Black students in Illinois to attend private schools that best fit their needs. Now, Governor Pritzker wants to slash this program. In a time of much uncertainty, we need greater equity in education for our families and children, not less. Call your state representative and senator and urge them to stand up for our kids and their future by supporting the Tax Credit Scholarship Program. For more information, visit empoweredillinois.org.
Shout out to the Bigs. They just wrapped up another edition of On the Soil. They talked to Eric Davis. I didn't know that brother was like all that cold.
I didn't either.
You know, Gino is the baseball expert, right? So whatever he say, that's how I'm rolling. So just hearing how he's been talking about him since they actually scheduled that interview made me like looking like, how cold was this dude? It's legit.
Shout out to Don for the guest look.
Yeah, Don is the deal, G.
Guest look is outrageous.
Don is the plug.
Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. She is the plug.
Don is dead at the
for
plug.
Gino and Mace. Why are we being left out over here?
Well, that's That's not really true.
Okay, well, break it down for me.
Oh, a wise guy, eh?
What she do? She set us up with Scoop.
Okay.
I've had Scoop's number for a while.
Salute.
But even like I'm associates with, Dawn is like, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, hey, let's get you on the show sometime. I'm like, yeah, let's set it up. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. We'll do. Dawn like, hey, yo, I need you on the show tomorrow. Like, okay.
Okay.
Sit your $5 down before I make change.
Like, it's different. It's different with the big little sis, man.
The last of the Gambinos or something.
For real. She about that action. So shout out to Dawn, man. Shout out to the book of Dawn.
WIIFTBP.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. 'Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nail done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good, with your hair done, nail done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. 'Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Girl, you know you be killing it when you be putting your grown woman on. Woo.
With your hair done, your nails done, when you put that grown on.
When you put your grown on. Whew, that speaks to my heart. Thank you, Slick J. Adams. I'm not sure. Still trying to figure out the answer to that question for you and Ben One. I don't know. One day. I'm just saying. Welcome back. You tuned into the Book of Dawn weekdays, broadcasting at 9:10 a.m. No more jokes. I can't shots fired anymore because it's official. 9:10 a.m. Weekdays, right here from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. We have a great week. I'm not telling y'all who's going to be on here tomorrow, but I am telling you, you don't want to miss it. You never know who's coming behind that brown door. And I got a whole flyer made, but baby, you talking about, let me give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint. What's white and crystally and sweet that you put on, comes in a yellow package if you buy name brand in the supermarket? It's white, it's yellow with a white top and blue writing. Do you know what that is? It's not flour, but it's sweet and crystallized. It's not salt either. Okay, that's one hint. Another hint would be, you know, one of my favorite Tupac songs is Picture Me Rolling. It's like that's my theme song in my head. Picture me rolling, because that's when you like pick your feelings up and be on your way. Okay, that's 2 hens. He's from Chicago. That's a 3rd hen, and that's all I'm gonna give you. Put those together. I'm telling you, you really don't want to miss it. And then we're going to do, every good book, the Book of Dawn included, has a plot twist. So this week, we're going to flip Wednesday and Thursday. Typically on Wednesdays, we do Who's That Girl? And on Thursdays, we do For the Culture. But this week, we're going to do For the Culture on Wednesday and Who's That Girl on Thursday. So on Wednesday, we have Hill Harper and his partner, Naja Roberts, who are the founder and co-founder of the Black Wall Street. They're going to pop in. They're doing an event here at one of my dearest friends who is no longer with us, Brian Leach, at his park on 70 in the Pocket over there on Dobson. And they want to talk to us about, there's so many things to talk to Hill about, but we're going to specifically talk about this event and this digital app, this digital currency app that he and his partner have developed. Tomorrow on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk to Ardasha Townsend, who is a Black food reporter who has appeared and does appear regularly on WGN, which is a nationally syndicated show. She also has a podcast she's starting. And Catrice, a.k.a. Tracy Armstrong, who started a PR firm, left a really good corporate job and stepped out on faith couple years back and started her own publicity firm and is doing big things in Black media with PR. And then, of course, we rounded out with Freestyle Friday. Tomorrow's Mr. Milhouse's birthday, y'all. So, when I come in here Wednesday, I'm gonna try to drink my electrolytes all day tomorrow, because when I come in here Wednesday and I have glasses on, it might be one of those days. Y'all already know how we get down on the Milhouse at the party time, okay? So, Lamar Odom, as you know, has been in the news a lot. He was a very talented NBA player. He was a part of the Kardashian clan, because I hate to say it like that, but even the guys that marry in become part of the clan. He was married to Chloe. They had a beautiful, no, they didn't have, did they have a baby? No, she had a baby with Tristan. Yeah, she wanted a baby with Lamar. He struggled with an addiction that started when he was 12 years old. He was introduced to drugs at 12 years old. Lamar had a really tough life. He's not, when you look at his true story, because he's very candid about his life experiences, he had a rough life. And he was introduced to way too many things way too early, but his introduction to drugs started when he was 12 years old. And then he suffered with that addiction until present day. Some years ago, when he was still legally married to Chloe, he overdosed and almost died. And fully recovered, which most people thought he was not going to make it. He has started an experimental treatment to help him overcome this addiction with a drug called ketamine, spelled Ketamine. It's a drug that was created in the 70s. It's a pain reliever. It was approved by the FDA in the 70s for pain relief. In the 80s, it became like a club drug. It was one of those Papa Molly. I don't know if, I'm sure that's not what it was, but y'all know what I'm saying, a club drug. Now they have discovered that this drug in small managed doses can be very helpful with PTSD, addiction therapy, suicidal therapy, and anxiety. But it has to be done and administered in a medically supervised atmosphere. He sounds really happy. I saw an interview this morning on Good Morning America with him. They showed some of the processes and the doctor that is doing the administration of this ketamine. And I think for me, I'm glad that he's well, but I don't know how. I'm a cold turkey kind of person. I feel like if I'm going to give it up, I'm going to give it up. So I just wanted to pose that. How do we feel about a drug addict being administered another drug? I know in some extreme cases, at the beginning of the recovery, that is how they wean you off certain drugs. But this is, I don't know. Help me.
You just told me that so he's on a drug that was approved by the FDA, like that means that was for pain.
Yes.
Then once people discovered it, it was a real drug in the 80s.
Yes.
And now that the only way that this drug can be administered is in a secure, so this is all the things that you have to disclose to help me recover. So like I feel like that you're still on the drug, and in my earlier days, I've done some things that made me have to attend a few AA meetings, and I don't think that even they would even say it be, because you're basically using one thing to wing you off to another. So
yes.
now your body is so addicted to drugs that's why he's happy. He's happy because his body is back in that euphoric feeling of the dopamine that he's constantly getting. So of course I'm good now. I'm feeling, I'm way better because now I'm on a new drug that we have discovered. In the 80s, it was a drug, and you got to do all this just to get the drug in a small doses.
Yeah.
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
It's a drug, but it's helping you wing it off of. And I don't know, because now it's for a person that's been dealing with this since he's 12, and he got to be.
Lamar's got to.
He got to be almost in his close to 50 or like high 40s
Easy.
for sure.
Yeah.
So that means that you've been dealing with drugs for.
He's 40.
30.
He's 41.
Yeah, 41.
Yes.
So you've been dealing with drugs for all these years.
For 30 years almost.
So. And you want to tell me that that you're going to use this? No, your body is so used to being on a drug since 12. The reason why you feel so bad when you're off of it is because it's not used to being off a drug.
It doesn't know its natural
and once
state.
You come back on it, even though it's a legal drug, you probably a rich people drug. It's still cocaine a rich people drug. It doesn't matter. You're still on the drug, and now your body is so used to it that you may say, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing." That's because you got that dopamine.
Yeah.
So like you said, I'm a cold turkey person. Like when I had to, if I had to stop smoking weed, I stopped that day.
Yeah.
It was just like that. It was just like, now I may be a little cranky, little bitchy for a couple of days.
Right.
But in about a week though, it was just cold turkey. I stopped drinking. I tried lean for a minute. Just stopped. I just stopped. Just stop when you want to stop, because I knew that it's gonna aid it on.
Yeah.
If I know I'm gonna do this and substitute it, I'm just substituting something for something else.
Yeah, because the thing is this, until you really deal with the root causes, right? Particularly, to your point, he was 12, okay? So when you're 12, you literally don't even, you're probably, if you're a little boy you're probably not even bathing. When your mom tells you to go and take a shower, you probably turn the water on and you're not showering. Like, you're a 12-year-old kid. And his mother wasn't, he didn't have the presence of a strong, healthy mother. And so he literally doesn't really understand fully who he is, because at 12 years old, none of us know what the heck we're doing, right? Boy or girl. And then you're dabbling with it, and then you go to fame and all the issues that come with fame and money, and then you can afford it, right? And then you can level up on the game and the experience, because you get a pass. And now I'm worried. Like, I already know in my Tucson voice, I already know it's about the money. It's another way to keep him programmed to that you need this to survive. And we know pharmaceuticals, big business. Okay, they would rather keep you on medication than use holistic healing therapies. I'm happy, like 6 in one hand, I'm happy for him, because I don't have the experience of being like a miserable kid. I had some terrible experiences as a kid, but no different than some other people. Like, I choose to not let that keep me in my childhood. But I just can't imagine, like you said, Alcoholics Anonymous, and they tell you, it's okay, just drink a little bit. Don't drink gin, drink Boone's Farm.
Right, yeah.
Till you get, like, it's just.
Don't drink hard alcohol. Just drink some couple of wine coolers.
Just-
I just like telling like you right, like an alcoholic. Just drink wine.
Just
coolers,
drink
you know?
wine
It's
coolers.
okay, you know. just drink. My aunt, God rest her soul, she tried to stop drinking, and she would to drink the little beer that had like 1.7 to, and then eventually, yeah, of course she was stopping for a little bit, but then 1.7 ended up went back to the real thing. Like, you can't, you either gonna stop doing it
Or you're gonna.
it don't like boom.
Yeah.
So
Literally.
it don't
Yeah.
matter. Say, I'm gonna stop smoking the best weed to smoke the weak weed. You still smoking weed.
You still smoking weed.
It
Exactly.
doesn't
Right.
matter.
Whether you got it from the dispensary or the dude on the block, you still weed. You brought up lean, and so I'm glad you did. I wasn't going to go there, but it is something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time. I really don't get it. Like, it's cough syrup and soda pop, right?
Yeah, but so it's a promethazine. So it's like exactly what it is. It's for coughs. There's different versions of them, and you mix it with a soda pop. So
Why do you mix it? To make it more palatable?
Well,
to make the taste better?
well, for two, for one for the taste, and then two because you don't want to drink straight medicine, and it kind of like a longevity. So if you put it in like a 20-ounce bottle, then you can have that 20-ounce bottle. Just imagine you as a kid when you take that 2-3 cups of NyQuil,
you knocked out.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So
right.
you put it in there for the taste. That the taste and the people was talking about it, rapper, so all that, but it's for the taste and for like the longevity. Like you don't.
So
wanna drink
does it
raw.
give you a high like weed?
No,
is it a cool high?
No, like a weed is also like a downer. It
Right.
gives you it exactly what it is. It has you leaning. Just imagine you being off heroin but not off heroin. Like you just
nod. You nod.
You're literally if you sip lean and you're not moving, then that is where you're going to be at. The very first time I tried it in college, I was sitting in my recliner. My friend, he came over and gave me one of them small little bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I could not get out of my chair. I said, lock my door, and I went to sleep right there.
And it is made popular by the music industry, rap, trap specifically.
See, and that's what I want to say. It's actually rap, but we just didn't catch it. See, now trap music just came out like recently, but people like 3 6 Mafia and stuff like that was always rapping about it. We just didn't understand it back then. If you look at the early 90s and they say Tuss and Assert, that's what they actually talking about.
Oh, because
Sipping on
Tuss
some
is
scissor. I know you remember that song,
Robitussin.
Sipping on some scissor.
Is that what they were
That's
talking
lean.
about?
That's
Oh,
lean.
of course
But
I
in our
remember
mind-
that.
In our mind, and that was what 20 plus years ago.
Easy.
And it don't even register then, but that's exactly what they're talking about, sipping on lean.
First of all, is there like I know to make crack out of cocaine, I know the process, right? Is there a measurement method to how you mix the lean or
You're supposed to drop it.
No, I'm serious. No, it doesn't sound bad because guess what? I have nephews, literally, that are rappers. My godson is a famous rapper.
Yeah.
But they do it, and I have had these, like, what? I'm trying to figure, like, I'm a bubbly person. I don't want to go to sleep to feel good because I could just go to sleep. And so it's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were talking about it from the other side of it, right? So for me, that works. Maybe somebody's nephew can hear this and understand the difference now. But is there a measurement? Like, I know when you're making a mimosa, you say
2 ounces to a 20 ounce if you're going 4
of soda.
Yeah, if
okay.
you're going 4, then you're going pretty hard. Anything over that, they probably call it almost like raw mud, thick and everything.
So why would then they? And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just talking about the people I know, okay, personally. Why have that and then weed as well? Because, then that can't be fun.
So you're slumped. Actually, like I imagine you, so it's like a downer, and then if you actually get alcohol with it, it's an upper. So you got your heart doing so much crazy stuff. But like you said, besides the fad, and I will tell you, like honestly, I drunk it for like a year straight in the morning. The very first thing I did in the morning, like
How did you function though?
I did because I was so used to it, and my body had fell in such a slump and slower state. So I was so used to moving because now I knew that I had to be doing something. Or now I knew how to, like manage it and,
similar to alcohol.
Exactly.
When you drink and you start becoming functional.
Right. But then, like I said, I knew it got bad. Like I literally would wake up, and saying, but so yeah, I definitely for about a year and a half, I was definitely, but like I said.
Where are they getting that? Is it literally like Robitussin, or is that like, is there a higher level cough syrup?
So it's actually what it is. It's called promethazine. I actually had somebody on my friend list, ironically, was selling some this morning. Crazy. So that's really what it was. Like people sell it. You can go to your doctor and tell them that, like you got a cough, and they may give you just like the regular, just like the high tech. So it's high tech and just like the regular. It does the same thing, but then there's other ones that have morphine in it. So them is
so who's giving these prescriptions? Where are they getting it? I mean, for what reason? You can't just go to a doc.
I got a cough. If you got a cough, they will 9 out of 10 give you a small bottle of just regular promethazine.
Is it illegal?
No, because you have a cough. It's cough syrup.
But it's at a high, like. It's at a high.
If I can improve your addiction, then I'm there to treat you. That's like anybody. They go to a doctor for a Vicodin. They know. Hey, give me a Vicodin and I'll be good. So with that, I can just go get that from the doctor, or you may like at the time I was dealing with someone that had a child that had bronchitis. So she would get a lot of extra ones. So I would, she'd be like, "Huh, you want a bottle?" And I would get the bottle and things like that. But it's very, very easy to get. You can.
It sounds actually dangerous. Like it literally sounds like something that that can't be, because can't you overdose on that?
For sure, rappers have. I think Pimp C, the latest one, and there's one more. But yes, you can for too much, because it's slowing you down. It's slowing your heart down too. Like your heart has to beat at a certain pace. So once you drink so much, that's an irregular heartbeat.
Yeah.
Your heart knocked off, skip a beat too many times, and now you up out of there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't realize.
You smoking, that's also a down. On top of that, you got all these other drugs, 9 out of 10. When you sit up and lean, like you not just sipping lean. So it's all these other drugs compact into one. So yeah, so like you say, you taking a risk.
It worries me. And so to round that out, it's like saying to somebody who's addicted to it, because I feel like nobody gets up every day and does something that alters their state that isn't addicted. Like if you can't say, I don't want no cocktails for a couple weeks. If you can't get up and say, nah, I'm not doing that today or this week, or I'm abstaining from that, then that's the fine line. Right? I like champagne. Everybody knows that. I like tequila. But on many occasions, I just remember I am a 55-year-old woman. And so, not this week. Like I'm going smoothies this week. Like because I am a cold turkey person, but I don't crave. I don't get up craving champagne. Like I drink champagne. That's not like, I need a drink. It's not that.
I was craving.
Yeah. And so I feel like if your body, going back to Lamar, still is craving an altered state, then I don't know that I can sign off on this. Let me give you these little concentrated doses.
If you're really done, you're done. If I'm coming here to clean my addiction, I don't want you to put me on another addiction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because then how do you get him? It's another drug.
Right. And now I got to wing you off. I got to keep winging you off.
Or perpetually make you pay me.
Or just tell you this is the drug that you have to take for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
You know what I'm saying?
And again, start another gateway. Because you start with something small, and then you seek that higher euphoria. Like, it's crazy. Before we take a break, not to mention, you heard about the rapper that got shot the other day. Lil Reese. Yeah. Are you familiar with Lil Reese?
Yeah,
I don't know what he wrote, but...
a little bit of him.
But I was coming home from a funeral. Oh, rest in peace to Grand Chick. Our girlfriend, Alicia Duerson's mom died, and she flew her with her mother back to Texas to bury her yesterday. But I'm coming home from her service, and I literally am detoured because there was a shooting in a hotel parking lot on Grand Avenue. And then when I saw I saw red and yellow tape, and I was confused because I've never seen red and yellow. But apparently first the yellow was put up, and then after they realized it was a shooting, the red tape was put up. I'm like, geez, right on Grand by Dearborn. And it ended up being this, one of the victims shot in his eye was this rapper, Little Reese. Lil, I'm saying Little, is Lil, Lil. Let me not disrespect the name. Never heard of him. A good-looking little kid, a youngin'.
Yeah.
And some car crashes in the lot, and 2 other people shot. So maybe you can, before we get off, tell me what is going. What did he make? Would I recognize anything he made? I know Lil Durk. I know Lil Durk songs.
Probably not. Just some little drill music for the kids. But it's all these kids basically rapping and making songs about their beef that they got going on, and then it's a lot of kids that then they've been trained by their parents. No disrespect, but then everybody want to put their name, their clout. I ain't gonna let you talk about me like this. I'm willing to do 25, even though if I shoot you, I'm gonna I'm gonna go to jail for 25 to life. But it's your name that you want to keep it, and it just no training, and everybody keeps saying like, these kids lost, but it's really up to us.
Yeah,
everybody we keep saying no, and then if we keep saying no, all we doing is conditioning the next generation to do the same thing over and over again. Ain't nobody. I remember my big homies used to help me out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Now like we always laugh about. Our big homies call us big homie. I got somebody calling me 20 years older than me. What's up, big homie? Big homie. It just don't. The whole roles change, man.
Yeah.
The whole roles change. Like I said, ain't no guideship out here. Ain't no street